Hi, Elijah here. Before we get started, I'd like to shout out our top tier patrons. A big thank you to Nikki, Sean, Mace, Alan, Penny, Claire, Kit, the Jexbury guy, and Katie. If you would like a shout out and access to our bonus content, you can find us on patreon.com/dandiesindanger. For a one-time shout out, you can also support us on ko-fi.com/dandiesindanger. As always, the best way you can help us grow is to tell your friends, subscribe, leave a review, or leave a positive rating. Thank you all so much for listening. And now, on with the show.
Previously on Dandies in Danger.
We left off with Zachary to find Rosamond, her clothes completely bleached white. You also notice a thin, crackling energy wrapped around her lungs. And there's a thread that leads from her lungs down into the floor at an angle.
And his body just sinks himself back into the shadows as he goes careening back to where everybody was in the room.
Is there any hope for the people who have already been drowned?
They are tethered to an object of some kind.
I think the attic is a good guess.
He slips them into the shadows and they start heading towards the attic.
Liam shouts, "Daniel, look out!"
I knew
As
it!
the suit of armor begins to animate. Zachary and Daniel see a spirit trying to get out of the armor.
Can you hear me? Can you take my hand? He says, and he reaches out his hand.
This metal spike shoots out incredibly fast and pierces fully through the meat of your palm. The spirit steps away. He leans forward and whispers into your ear and then smiles and disappears. Zachary, you can cast magic from a distance. Why are you doing this?
I stopped the fight before anybody else got hurt. I don't know why you're so angry.
Because you got hurt.
Shut up, Liam. We are all trying to save people right now. The lights for the attic are in the copper room and the cleaning closet. Find the key.
Back in the shadows?
To the copper room, I guess.
And the bell strikes 1.
Hi, my name is Elijah, my pronouns are he, him, and I play the voice of Zachary Wilkos.
Hello, my name is Cass, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm voicing Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast, pronoun she, they, and I play Adrian Edwards.
So we will start off this session with a little bit of housekeeping. I would like all 4 of us to take our wisdom down by 1 because the clock has struck 1.
That takes me down to 3. I used to be a 6, and now I'm a 3.
I'm a 3 as well.
Liam's down to 2.
I'm at 1.
All right, next I would like everyone to please roll your d4s to figure out what your witness will be for this hour.
I've got a 4.
I also got 4.
Uh-oh.
I got
Oh, no.
1.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Oh, actually, no, that's good. Okay.
The poets are seeing.
Okay.
I've seen too much, though.
Yes, so Liam got 2, Adrian got 4, Daniel got 4, and Zachary got 1. Zachary, you are going to have some dumb luck because you got a 1 last time as well.
Okay.
So you can add +1 to luck. Congratulations.
Hey, huzzah!
Unfortunately, Adrian, you got a 4 last time as well, which means that you are going to have the frightful sight. So Adrian, I would like you to roll your d8, roll for fright.
Okay. Okay, just 2.
Okay, not bad. Not
Yay.
bad.
You looked excited like you were hoping I would get more.
How would you all like to have your witness handled?
I think I will let you handle my witness.
Very good.
I'm going to give mine to you as well, because I once again didn't get to use my last witness, so I'm just going to give them to you this time.
Okay.
Then I guess I'll be in charge of mine.
Nice. Okay. So, witness has been handled, wisdom has been demoted, and we are about to emerge onto the 2nd floor of this building right outside Miss Chumley's room. Zachary, you are forging a path for us as we make our little chain of interlocked fingers.
Are we outside of Miss Chumley's room?
That was
Yes.
the plan.
Okay, so I exit, I let us be in front of it, and I'm like, okay, I suppose We either now go all the way in or we knock.
Dorothy is just going to go for a knock.
Right. Well, that settles that.
You don't hear anything right away from the other side of the door, except Adrian, I'm going to give you one of your witness right away, and I'm going to say that you can hear some rustling on the other side of the door, and something that almost sounds like metallic clinking, things being jangled together. And then you hear a little bit more shuffling, and Miss Chumley comes to the door.
Oh, okay. I was going to swing the door open.
She's
What are you doing, madam?
So have
She's
you
just
got...
putting on some perfume. Just a second.
So you have your hand on the doorknob as she also swings it open.
What?
And you notice that she has not gotten into her pajamas. She is still dressed as she had been before, but there is something a little bit different about her visually than the last time you saw her. She has short cropped hair.
Oh, okay. She must have had one of those little special braid things you can pin to the back.
Yes.
She's probably like wearing a decorative wig.
Yes, but her hair is short cropped, and she opens it up and she looks at the whole group of you, and she says, My, that eager for ribbon game,
No, ma'am. We
need something from your room.
We need one of those lanterns.
She's holding the door sort of tightly closed a little bit, and she says, Why, if you're in need of a light, I'm sure that any of the staff or Mr. King would be happy to help you, but,
It's a special light.
We apologize.
she's kind of like squinting at you a little bit. A special light?
We apologize for barging in so late at such an ungodly hour, but I know exactly where it is, and I'll be in and out in a jiffy.
My goodness, this is quite forward of all of you. And she looks to Dorothea as well. Perhaps you could come back in the morning for whatever it is that you want.
We can't. We can't come back in the morning.
I'm afraid there's an emergency with the,
There's quite an emergency. Did you hear me shouting earlier?
I did.
Did you hear Miss
Well-
Audley shouting earlier?
Yes.
And you're not worried about this?
Well, you see, and I'm going to give Liam one of his witness. He actually steps back from the group a little bit, and he holds his hands up and he goes, shh, 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 shh.
Dog?
It's coming.
Dog?
It's coming. The
All
dog's
right,
coming.
In the room, let's go.
All right,
The dog! And I'd love everyone... Who's pushing? Who's pushing the door?
Adrian is.
Adrian?
Zachary, too.
Zachary. I think Liam is sort of pushing at the back of the group. Daniel, are you pushing?
No, he doesn't want to be rude. He doesn't want to be rude.
Roll a d20, please.
All right. I got an 8.
9.
Liam got a 10.
Great.
And that's very funny because Miss Chumley got a nat 1
Oh!
to try to keep us all out. So all of us bowl in, and she goes falling
Oh my God.
backwards into the room.
I think Daniel would rush to her and like offer her a hand and be like, "Are you all right, Miss Chumley?"
Yeah, Adrian would go too. Sorry.
Liam's at the back of the group, and he hastily shuts the door.
Zachary
and
shuts the door with him.
He holds his ear up to it to listen to the outside, and the sound of the dog's nails click slowly away.
Daniel's listening and he goes pale because he has actually not encountered this beast before. It's just kind of like this nightmare for him.
They're very scary.
Bloody hell, you weren't kidding. I thought you were just trying to get us in the room.
No, it was coming much closer, and I didn't necessarily want to have another run-in with that.
I don't blame you.
Daniel turns to Miss Chumley and says, "There's something very wrong with this manor, and we need the lantern to help fix it."
I'd say there's something wrong with your manners. My goodness.
No, he leaves her side and he goes to the lantern specifically.
Adrian, this is back to back. I'm giving you another witness. Whenever Miss Chumley got bowled over, you happened to see that her skirts got pushed up a little bit, and you saw that she had a gun strapped to her leg.
Oh my god!
Yeah, let's go!
Well, he blushes because he saw a lady's legs.
Yeah.
Fatale.
He doesn't say anything to Miss Chumley, but he does sort of dart his eyes to Liam, and he'll explain when he gets a chance.
Daniel picks up the lantern.
You cannot.
He tries to pick up the lantern.
It's not there.
Ah!
What? Why not? Why isn't it here? Miss Chumley. Miss Chumley, sorry. Miss Chumley, my dear, do you remember there was a little lantern here? Did you happen to move it?
Sorry.
What's so funny?
It's the way Chess merged into Daniel so perfectly with the panic once it was not there. She stands up and she says, I don't know what you're all after. You're after a lantern of some kind. Honestly, the manners that you all are showing right now are quite deplorable, and I must insist that you leave my room at once. This is quite unheard of. I'm game for most things, but, you know, I can't tolerate this sort of behavior.
You're acting rather strange as well, wouldn't you think? You hear two people scream, and all you want is for us to leave. You're not concerned about anybody else who you heard.
There was a dog outside your door, if you just heard now.
I didn't hear a dog.
Well, Zachary's not completely surprised. Nail's clicking against the thing, and then everybody's kind of in a commotion, but he's more suspicious of the fact that she heard screaming and went, la la la, like so.
Yeah.
He's just kind of eyeing her.
Adrian will scoot over to Liam and whisper, she has a gun. And he shrugs.
Liam is still holding his sword, by the way, because if he lets it go, the spell will be released. Speaking of which, is Daniel still holding his... You summoned your sword, right?
Yes, it's in his hand, yeah.
So, okay, so... All right, so Liam thinks about this for a second, and he says, Miss Trumley, I'm not sure. The situation here got quite out of hand, and I don't think everything is as it seems with you as well. And he's kind of nervous because she has a gun. But he says, but all we want is we just have to get the lantern and then we'll get out of your hair.
It was sitting right here. And Daniel motions to the shelf. It was here during the ribbon game. What happened?
Look harder. There were lots of candles there. I'm not sure. Maybe you've missed something.
It was right here. And he taps his finger on the shelf. Right here.
There is a little circle of dust, or an absence of dust, rather, on the shelf where it had been sitting.
It was moved recently.
By who? Miss Chumley, was there anyone else in your room?
Well, many of you were in my room, but aside from you all...
After the ribbon game.
After the ribbon game, no.
Then did you move the lantern, miss? We're not here to rumble you. We have our own concerns, and we just need the lantern. And it would be best, by the way, if you stay in your room, and then we'll go.
It could save people's lives if you just tell us.
Adrian, roll me a d20, add wisdom. Zachary, roll me a d20 with influence for Zach.
Great. Love this.
14.
Oh, well, I mean, plus influence, you say?
Yeah.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, very nice. Adrian, whenever you say we're not here to rumble you, she actually has a reaction to that, where she gives you a very appraising look, and then whenever Zachary jumps on with the "you will save people's lives," Miss Chumley pauses for a second and takes a breath.
Miss Chumley, do you have any desire to overthrow authority?
Adrian, not now.
I just thought, if we have sort of common goals against Lord Bush...
Just please tell us where the lantern is.
She actually laughs at what Adrian says, and she says, all right, I'm not much one for having anyone die on my watch. Come on then, I guess it's rumbled, but no word, you promised, no word on this, no rumbling me. So she goes over, you can see behind one of the dressers in the room, there was a little duffel bag, a carpet bag, if you will, and she pulls that out. And she opens it up and she begins rifling through it. Adrian, you might realize that this is the noise that you heard from the other side of the door, was things being thrown into this duffel bag.
Hang on, were you stealing?
She just throws you a look and she pulls out the lantern. She says, is this what you're looking for?
Yes, I stole something too, actually.
Is that right? Toff like you, eh?
Excuse me.
Bit of a joyride.
The goblet from the bath.
I just need... Excuse me. Zachary tries to take the lantern as they talk.
Daniel comes in taller than everyone, except for Liam, and snatches the lantern himself.
Give me a d20 roll.
Okay. 11.
She got a 15. She actually, she pulls it away quicker and she says, all right. I know you ain't got much in the way of manners, but you could do better than that then.
Please?
See, now, the toff knows how to talk. He knows how to be nice. All right. Now, what do you need it for, eh?
Saving people's lives, as was said earlier.
We need to get out into the attic, but there is a spell keeping it locked. This is one of the 2 lights we need in order to open it.
Don't go down to the bath tonight.
Don't do that.
And don't fall asleep either. Just stay awake for the rest of the night and keep your door locked.
Yes.
How do I know you all aren't going to turn me over first thing in the morning?
I've
Well,
Really don't care about that. I would like to live to see tomorrow, please.
Well, this one professed to stealing as well, so...
Yeah.
He steals all the time and we're still his friend.
Yeah, it's fine.
He nicks bones.
I will.
She thinks about it for a second and says, "What is all the screaming that's been going on then?"
The dogs are alive. There's a magic spell going on.
The taxidermy ones you might have seen around the mansion.
They're killing people.
This Lord Bush, well, they're not killing people. They're trying.
They're
This
half
Lord
killing
Bush.
people.
Yes, Lord Bush, he's a evil sorcerer.
He had a demon locked in a wardrobe. There's a lot going on, ma'am.
There really is.
We don't have a lot of time to explain it either.
Well, this is a lark. You know, I reckon I might give this to you just to see how this all turns out.
Please?
And she looks at you and she says, "All right then, seeing as how you've been so nice, I'll give you this and I'll give you something else as well.
Huh?
My last
Yes.
name.
Oh, wait, go ahead.
Beatrix Todd. That's my real name. And I want you to come find me after all this is done. I don't know what sort of lark you all are on, but it's a right laugh by the sounds of it."
If we survive till morning, sure.
Just stay in your room so you can stay alive to hear it.
Well,
Ma'am, please. There has already been at least one victim of these dire machinations in this house.
And it's not as though you have a weapon on you.
Well,
What?
nothing.
Okay.
what's there going to be a bit of a scuffle later?
Not if you stay in your room. We're trying to avoid all scuffles if possible.
All right.
Look at me, look,
Really?
I'm bleeding.
Really
You
trying to
know
make this
that.
scuffle free.
All right, listen. I'll give this to you now,
Yes.
but I want something in return.
Damn it.
There's some fancy metals in one of the cases here on this floor.
Oh,
if
good
you're going to
grief.
keep me in this room here all night long, I want some of the military metals that are in that cabinet out on this landing. If you can bring that back to me, I'll give this to you in advance since it's apparently so important to you. But you keep in mind, if you don't bring me them medals...
I don't know. The King family seems to be quite cursed.
Very cursed.
And if you take some of their personal family items, it might turn out badly for you.
Curse you too.
We could take some cutlery, some silverware and things. Those might not have such impact as literal medals.
No. I want the medals.
But
Give me a word on it.
curse.
I won't hold on to them very long if that's any consolation for you.
But then someone else might.
All right, we'll get you the medals, all right?
All right, fine.
And she turns to Daniel and she says, "I want a shake on it.
Zachary shakes his head at Daniel, like, don't know it.
Give me a shake on it, or else I'm just going to go out there anyway."
He lunges for the lantern again.
Ooh.
Oh, come on, man. Zachary puts his hand on his face like, oh, this is turning out so much worse than it has to.
Okay, roll me a d20.
12.
Miss Chumley got a 9. So that time, whenever you lunge for it, you do manage to get it.
He snatches it. And he says, medals later. We're on a time limit. Go, let's go.
As soon as you take the lantern from her, she goes to swing her elbow towards you afterwards, but she swings and she misses.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Okay, everybody calm down right now.
I'm calm. I'm super calm.
Daniel,
I'm
I
incredibly
mean it,
calm.
please. Alright? Okay, look, how about, in exchange for this lantern, we save your goddamn life? 'Cause you can't leave this mansion, even if you wanted to. It's locked up, tighter than a safe.
That's what you think. And she goes and she busts open the window, and the storm that's raging outside blows in a few sheets of water. And she goes to pick up a little bit of knotted rope that she had tied around the inside. She goes to leave, but as soon as she puts her hand out of the window, it ricochets backwards.
see?
Miss Chumley, I'm trying to tell you, we're locked in here because of a spell. This is a trap for us. We are trying to save your life. They want to keep us all in here and kill us, more or less, and use us for nefarious purposes. There is no escape. So please, just work with us. Stay in this room. Do not die and add to his power.
She's pushing the barrier that's outside the window, and it sort of ripples with a little electricity. And then she turns back around to face you, Zachary, and says, "And you can get us out of here."
I can, if you cooperate.
All right. What do we need to do?
Thank you, God. Well, we have the lantern. We need one more, and that is, say, the copper room and the cleaning closet. You're good at getting around, but I would request that you stay in here. Of course, were you armed, you might be able to help us.
I might be able to work something out.
Adrian laughs nervously again.
Well, we need the other light from the cleaning closet, and we have to find a key. So it's either that we need to find a key to the cleaning closet, or there is a further key that we need to get.
Oh, I know where the cleaning closet is.
Where?
You think I didn't case this place?
Bet you
Sure,
do.
where is it?
I could take you there.
Fine.
But these dogs are invisible, just so you know, so you're not going to see it coming. You have to stay quite on your toes.
Well, you'd better get that weapon.
Don't worry.
She hoists up her skirts.
Oh, God.
Just right in front of everyone.
Daniel looks away.
We all look away.
Everyone looks away. Dorothy is like, oh, I see. How ingenious.
Zachary looks back hearing that, despite himself.
She takes out the gun, checks it to make sure that she's got the bullets in it, and then flips it back.
Daniel
Says,
had looked back when he heard a gun going. It's like, what kind of legs you got?
all right, now, some of us are armed, and he kind of looks nervously towards Zachary and Adrian. Some of us are armed, and therefore better equipped to handle
We're armed.
close
He
combat.
holds his candlestick up.
We will
Alright.
let those who are armed for close combat go before us, Liam.
Yes, I won't do any more leaping.
Liam's shoulders come down about 3 inches, and he says, all right, so, Miss Todd, you can lead us there. What floor is it on? It's on this floor, enough. Shall we go?
Yes, let's. But carefully.
All right. How are we going to leave out into the second floor hallway?
I assume like we should have some people with weapons in the front and the back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody's got to open the door. Who's going to do it?
Not Daniel.
No.
Liam is happy to leap to the front. For
Oh, of
this.
course he is.
Yeah, so
Can
he
Adrian
will
be right behind him? He just kind of scoots up behind him to see if Liam won't notice.
I think actually Liam appreciates having you close enough to where you are within arm's reach.
Oh, wow.
So we've got Liam and then Adrian. Dorothea probably queues up behind Adrian, and she is brandishing her walking stick.
Zachary is toward either the back or the middle back.
Daniel's in the back.
Okay. And then I
With
guess
his
Miss
sword.
Chumley is in the middle.
Okay.
And she says, all right, now whenever we head out, we're going to cross over the foyer there and then keep going to the other wing of this floor, all right?
All right.
So we all proceed. Everyone please roll me your d20. Add your wisdom.
We'd have more wisdom to add if you didn't keep taking it away.
Ain't that just the way?
Ain't that just the way?
16.
Oh, 20.
Woohoo.
15.
Okay.
Natural 20, by the way.
Natural 20. That's amazing. Zachary, it takes you no time whatsoever to pinpoint the sound of the dog approaching. The dog is approaching from the north end of the house, so that is to the right of us as we are leaving the copper room. So, coming from the end of this long corridor,
Crap. That's
Yep.
kind of where we need to go.
it is exactly
Yeah.
where we need to go.
Broseph.
Yeah.
Rodeo. What's the deal?
It is approaching quickly. I will give everyone a chance to tell me one thing that you would like to do or a way that you would like to position yourself. If anyone wants to get off any immediate spells, now's the time to do it, and then we will roll initiative.
I've used all my spells.
I would like to throw my fire towards the noise.
Okay.
That small orb.
Small orb.
Nice. Adrian's just gonna ready his candlestick.
My smorb.
Orb.
Yeah, Daniel picks up his sword and is ready.
Zachary, go ahead and roll to hit.
That's a 16.
That is a successful roll.
Hell yeah.
So go ahead and roll your d8. And you can also go ahead, since this is a spell, instead of adding your attack to that damage, you can add your arcane.
Hell yeah. I got a +5 arcane. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that's higher anyway.
Yeah, it is. Then my attack. Yeah, because my attack is just a +2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8!
Very nice.
So everyone else in the group braces themselves, getting their weapons at the ready, and the second that Zachary unleashes this orb of fire down the hallway, it connects and immediately bursts into flame. You see this silent specter of this taxidermy hound writhing as the fire incinerates the oil that has been covering it as part of the invisibility spell. It is no longer invisible. You see the little strips of flesh and fur and leather evaporate into the air, and at this point, so much damage has been done to it that the wire body is now available underneath. However, it has not been stopped. It uncoils some of the wires that have been keeping its form upright. Its back legs go limp as those wires now come outwards, almost like a spider bearing its legs towards you, and it begins to shuffle forward on its front two legs, wires brandished to attack.
I just want to say, Zachary was so confident, he was like, yes, and then he sees it do that, and he goes, ah!
What in God's name did you do to it?
All right. This leathery, torn creation is leaving a trail of stuffing behind it as it sort of crawls towards us soundlessly, its mouth agape, and I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oy.
Regret. I got a 7.
16.
12.
This dog is making its way down this incredibly long hallway towards us in the dark. It's still very difficult to see this thing, but we will not be attacking it with disadvantage at this point.
Did the flames go out, or is it still burning?
There's a small, it's smoldering. Let's say that there's like a little bit of stuffing on the inside that's smoldering.
The place is not at risk of setting on fire, the whole
Nope.
house. Okay, great.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun.
Okay, good to know.
As it crawls forward, it is Beatrix Todd who stands forward, cool as you like, pushes her glasses up on her nose a little bit and says, well, blow me down. And she pulls out her gun and takes the shot. And that is a success. So she's going to be rolling the D8 plus her attack.
The gun is loud and Adrian yelps, just so you know.
It is very loud. That is going to, certainly if everyone was not awake in the household so far, it will wake everyone else up. She does an incredible amount of damage. The lower jaw of this dog goes flying off back down the hallway in the direction that it had come from.
Adrian
And
screams again.
now it is Daniel's turn. The dog is still a little ways away, so if you want to make an attack with your sword, you will have to move towards it, but you do have enough movement to make it to the dog and attack in the same turn.
I think he does see that when it gets, like, blown, he's like, opportunity, and then he rushes at it, and I think he will try to, like, continue the action and maybe, like, go for its neck or something.
Excellent. Okay, so go ahead and roll your d20 to attack, and you get to add proficiency because you are quite good with the small sword.
That's a 13 in all.
So that is a moderate success, and with your moderate success, you will be rolling a d4 for your damage, and you can add your attack to that.
That hits for a 5.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Quite excellent, in fact. As you go through with your small sword, you actually manage to slice the collar off of this dog, and the whole thing crumples to the ground. And Daniel still has a feather, and Zachary can hear this naturally. You can hear the spirit of the dog bounding away off into the fields happily as it leaves. This is the only time you get to hear this dog. It makes no sound when it attacks, but as it is released, you are free to go.
Good show, Daniel. Incredible. Did you hear that?
The gun?
Everybody, I think the collar is the key.
Right, I forgot.
Good show, Miss, Todd.
Thanks, Mr. Verdi. All right, shall we carry on? Zachary,
Yeah.
I'm going to use your witness. You can hear the sound of more approaching dogs.
What?
Yes, well, let's be quick. I think the gunfire has attracted the attention of the rest of the house.
Does he not specify dogs?
Do you not get the implication from my words?
No.
Then it's dogs.
There's a lot. Oh, okay.
It's dogs,
Oh,
Adrian.
God. Well, there's plenty of other things in the house. How am I supposed to know it's the dogs?
You're going
I
to-
thought there was only one per floor.
Autism diagnosis, it's gonna be big.
It's going to be a few centuries.
Just hang on for a minute.
We'll try.
Zachary, since that was a witness, I'm going to give you additional information.
Okay.
The sound of the dog's nails sound like it is coming from the echoing stairwell. So that is the only...
Good
So
Lord.
they are coming up from the bottom floor. We have a little bit of time to run towards the, like, northerly end of this floor if we want to kind of circumvent that.
Mhm.
Can Miss Todd point out the door yet?
She's making her way now. I'm going to say that we are past the lavender room, and we are heading back towards the amethyst room, which was Zachary's room.
Oh, we're not even out of our hallway yet.
Just about.
Okay.
And she's leading us towards the west wing.
Oh god, okay. I can hear the dogs. They are coming up the stairs.
We've got another bullet, Miss Todd.
I do indeed.
It's quite a bit of dogs. I don't know if we have time to fight all of them. Is there a way to lock the doors somehow?
I'm on it. Liam goes. He is actually going to double back towards the east wing
Liam?
to close the door to this echoing stairwell that's on that side to make sure it's securely closed. There's another one on the west side of the echoing stairwell if somebody else wants to
I'll
get
do
that.
it.
Okay.
Go, Adrian, go!
Here I go.
Okay.
Daniel goes with Adrian because Adrian's a little twink, so he's gonna...
Whoa!
No, he's
Stop calling me a twink.
So you all are... go ahead and give me the d20 rolls. Liam is going to roll a d20, and then Adrian and Daniel both roll me d20s.
Add anything?
Nope.
3.
2.
6. 1. Okay.
Excellent work, everyone.
They like trip over to each other. No, I'm gonna get the front. No, I'm gonna get the
Who's a twink now?
Wow. Okay, so you all can hear through this echoing stairwell, you can hear the rattling as the dogs throw themselves bodily against the doors, and unfortunately, neither Adrian nor Daniel is strong enough to get this closed by itself, and so the door bowls open, and...
Can Zachary throw another orb?
We're going to re-enter into the same initiative that we rolled before.
Okay.
Just to keep things going a little bit faster, but we are back in initiative right now, and Liam is going to miss a turn because he only got a moderate success at keeping the door locked on the other side. So his penalty is that he's going to spend one turn over there getting it actually closed while the rest of you are in combat. So...
Cool, the brick house is occupied.
Exactly.
Didn't know we were calling him that.
Next up is actually going to be the Hound's turns. The first attack is going to be made against Daniel. A 12 will hit. That is going to be 4 damage.
Okay, so he suffers no injuries because he's still got that shield on.
Awesome.
The second dog is going to attack. And for the record, we still can't see these ones yet. 14 will hit.
The dog is attacking me again?
Still attacking Daniel, yeah.
Okay.
They've each tried to go for one leg of you.
Whoa.
Okay.
Once again, 4 damage to your shield.
Okay, he has taken no injuries.
How does the shield manifest itself? Is it sort of like a little flash of light as these invisible dogs bite up against it?
Yeah, he feels pressure on his legs, like something is definitely there, and then you see these like blue ripples, kind of like water, like poof, poof, where he would have been hit.
Excellent.
Daniel, are you alright?
I'm fine, and I think he's trying to stand in front of Adrian, because Adrian doesn't have a shield.
He's just holding up his little candlestick.
And it is Adrian's turn.
Well, he's gonna try to bonk the air where he just saw Daniel's legs get bit.
Okay, you can roll a d20, but with disadvantage.
Okay. An 8.
Okay, so go ahead and roll damage. It'll be 1d4 plus your attack.
6.
Okay. You swing the candlestick through the air, and the top part of this candlestick slips out from its base, and you take 6 damage as it follows the arc of your swing and hits you in the shin.
I take the 6?
Yes.
Yeah,
because
you had that nat 1 candle.
Okay. Wow, that's bad for me.
Yeah.
He goes, and he falls, not unconscious, but he falls onto his little leg and he grabs it like, fuck.
What the devil has happened?
That really hurt myself.
Okay. So you are now not fully prone, but you are on the ground, which, if you're going to try to make any dramatic movements on your next turn, is going to have consequences.
Great.
Okay. Next is Zachary. All right, Zachary, let's go.
Zachary is immediately worried for his friends who seem cornered, and he yells out their name, and another fireball immediately comes to his hands, and he launches it with all his might at where he thinks the dogs are.
Awesome.
16 again.
Nice.
Yes! Okay, let's go.
7.
Okay. Very good.
One of the dogs comes into view. You can see that this one doesn't look quite as deteriorated as the first one that you nailed just in the hallway right over yonder, but it does look incredibly damaged now at this point, so a lot of the fur has been singed, and it is now visible for everyone else. Next in the initiative is Liam, but he's on the other side, desperately trying to get this door jammed shut. It is now Dorothea's turn. She's heard what Zachary has said, and so she's going to come running up within immediate range of this dog.
Be careful.
Okay, so she, with her proficiency with her walking stick, she got a 21.
Whoa.
And so what she's able to do is she's able to leverage her walking cane with the head of the lion up underneath the collar to where the collar is now in the mouth of the lion, and she's going to try to give it a rip to try to just tear it back.
Hell yeah.
And she is also going to be rolling a d8 plus her attack. Her muscles strain against this collar as she leverages for all that she's worth, and the tooth of the lion gets right underneath the leather of this collar, and there's a resounding snap as she rips the collar off,
Good show.
and the dog collapses on the ground in its little smoldering heap, and another dog spirit goes leaping gaily into the great unknown.
And Daniel goes, yes!
Beatrix is in a little bit of a pickle because this time she thinks that the issue has been taken care of. And so she's still got her gun in position and she says, "Is that it then?"
There's another one.
Okay, so she's not going to risk firing into the melee of Dorothea, Adrian, and Daniel without being able to see this thing. So what she's going to do is she's going to use her turn to listen. She's going to shout out to Daniel, "Is that your 2 o'clock?" So now, Daniel, you do not have disadvantage on this attack because she used her turn to try to listen to the sound of where it was scuffling around. So you can make just a single d20 roll.
Can I use my witness to ka-ching, hone in on where it is?
So as to gain advantage for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the hell not? Yeah, I love that. Go for it.
Yeah.
Here's one of my witness tokens.
Excellent.
And he goes, he gets laser eyes and he's meow, looking in on it. Oh, good, because I just rolled a nat one.
Holy shit!
So whatever this
Good
next
use
one
of
is.
Witness.
All right, then it's a 15.
15. Okay, perfect. That is a moderate success. You can roll a d4 plus your attack.
He sniffs it out. He's like, found it.
Smells like olive oil.
And yeah, he's sniffing the olive oil and he's paying attention to the clicky sounds. When she was 2 o'clock, he went pew, and his neck snapped towards the 2 o'clock, and then he goes pew, and he hits it for 8.
Wow,
So you got
you're
your
so
max
strong.
damage.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hell yes. Okay. You hear a ripping sound as you slice into this, but it's hard to tell exactly where you've hit it. You just know for sure that you've nailed it.
Because it's still invisible.
Yes, it is
Okay.
still invisible. Now it is the hound's turn, so it is going to make an attack. Dorothea yelps, but she is able to leap back a little bit, and she said, "I felt something on my ankle," but it missed her.
Thank God.
Daniel's gonna take a fright because he's worried for her.
Fair. Oh, can I retroactively take fright? Because I heard a lot and I'm really low on health.
Yeah, it is Adrian's turn next.
Oh God, I don't know what to do.
How much health do you have right now?
I'm at 7 hit points.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That candle really hurt.
And remember, if you want to use your turn to help pinpoint something for somebody else, you can do so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna listen for the dog.
Okay.
So roll... Oh, I don't have to roll?
Nope, if you're sacrificing your turn to listen for the dog, you don't have to roll anything. You're
Okay.
basically just going to be removing the disadvantage from the next person who makes a melee attack.
Okay.
So, you've
Yeah.
got your ears on it. Are you kind of scooting back a little bit, or are you going to stay where you are?
I'm gonna stay where I am because I have to hear where the dog is.
Okay.
So he's straining his ears and he goes, over there, I think.
Okay, Zachary, it is your turn.
Zachary turns his head in the direction that Adrian points. His hand is still lit with fire, and he lets loose another flaming orb.
Rock on.
Damn, it's a 9.
That still hits, so go ahead and do your d4.
Got it. I hit for 7.
And that takes it. It illuminates briefly for a second, and you can see that it had already unleashed its wires for the attack, and that it was looming over towards Dorothea. And as you hit it with that flame, it tilts its head back and then collapses down onto the ground.
Is the doggy free, or did we kill it?
The doggy is free. Sorry, I gotta say that every time.
Yeah.
The spirit of the dog gallivants into the wooded afterlife. And the group barely has a chance to catch its breath before Liam comes running around the corner. And he said, "Heads up, there's one more. The one on my side. It's coming back towards you."
Oh, great. Liked what you heard? Let us know by using hashtag #DandiesInDanger over on our Twitter, Insta, Tumblr, and TikTok in the listed links below. We'd love to hear any and all comments, questions, and theories as to where the story might be headed. Want to support us and our lads' adventures more directly? Then please consider clicking on the link and becoming a patron today. For just $1, you can gain access to our longer, uncensored outtakes and blooper reels. For $5, you can have access to exclusive stickers, in-world letters written by and for the lads, poetry by Adrian and Daniel, and original music from the show composed and scored by Chess Albanese. Can't afford to support directly? No problem. Podcasts survive by word of mouth, so if you like what you heard, tell your friends, family, and local graveyard ghosts all about these exciting tales. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Dandies in Danger is written and voiced by Elijah Bergateris as Zachary Wilkos. Cast as Liam Bardsley, Chess Albanese as Daniel Pritchard, and Toast as Adrian Edwards. It is edited by Toast. Original score and music composed by Chess Albanese. It is produced by Dandies team, and made possible by listeners like you.